at least according to our next guest. We say hello to Tom Tradup, Vice President of News and Programming for the Salem Radio Network, joining us as he Skypes in from his office in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Tom, good to have you here on America's Forum.
Thank you, Congressman. It's my pleasure.
So, what makes AP's choice not to show these cartoons hypocritical?
Well, it's very simple. As you outlined, they refused to distribute the Charlie Hebdo cartoons on the premise that they have a policy not to distribute images that could be intentionally provocative to people. That sounded really great. I thought, what's not to like about that? Until it turned out that the Washington Examiner newspaper had done a little digging, and they found that the AP was selling online images of the Serrano, that horrible artwork that he did called Piss Christ, where he had dunked a crucifix in a vial of his own urine. AP, while they're not wanting to offend anyone, is happy to sell photos like that. So as a member, sorry to interrupt you, as a member of their Stylebook review committee, I got on the horn and I wrote to the AP management and to the members of the committee and said, what am I missing here? If you don't want to offend people, why are you selling images of Piss Christ? And the response that we got was, well, it was really kind of lame. There are 22 million images in the AP photo store, and when we found this out, we removed them. Well, yeah, they found them out after the Washington Examiner blew the whistle on them. And this is the pattern with AP. AP is a worldwide monopoly. We all have to use it. My network uses it. I'm sure Newsmax uses it. It's how you gather news. But when the people behind it are so biased, there was a case when Dinesh D'Souza's documentary 2016 came out. I had never seen anything like this. All of a sudden, the AP decided to do a fact check on Dinesh's documentary. And I got on the horn with them then. They kind of expect to hear from me from time to time now. And I said, how come you're fact-checking Dinesh D'Souza, but you're not fact-checking Michael Moore or Al Gore's documentary about global warming? And you get the same response. It's always, it was a weekend news editor, or oops, we didn't know that, or well, yeah, we're not intentionally biased. I don't know how much you can expect, Congressman, from an organization that didn't even really put up much of a fuss when the Obama administration was ham-handedly pawing through our own reporters' records in the House gallery a few years ago.
And mindful of that, Tom, the letters AP, instead of standing for Associated Press, you're outlining examples where it sounds like Administration Press. A minute remains. Is that a more accurate name for this organization?
Pretty much so, and it's very biased. I remember when Cindy Sheehan, the anti-war activist, kept being described as a grieving mother because she did lose a son in Iraq, and we all felt bad about that. I said to them, you got to stop describing her as a grieving mother. She's now sitting outside the Crawford Bush Ranch selling keychains and yelling at him when he comes in and out. That's not a grieving mother. That's a political activist. They have a problem. We pointed out, and I feel a lot like you battling John McCain, but we're going to do it.
Well, speaking of battles, are you going to stay on this committee, or are they going to politely invite you to take a powder? 20 seconds remain.
I'm hoping I can stay and make a hopefully positive contribution to my brethren within the Associated Press, yes.
Tom Tradup, Vice President of News and Programming at the Salem Radio Network. We thank you for your time and your analysis of a curious double standard at the Associated Press. Come back and visit with us again real soon.
Love to. Thank you, sir.
All right, Tom Tradup, Skyping in from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There is more to come here on America's Forum. Don't you dare go away. We're coming right back here on Newsmax TV.